beautiful South Florida. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, set.
Throwing to start here is Tua. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there on the first play of the game. 47 yards. Well, that's a pretty big start right there. They go bombs away on the first play from scrimmage.
Put a smile on your face, didn't it? Not because you're rooting for anyone, but that's the way to begin a game, to put someone back on their heels and announce that they plan to be aggressive.
They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The Dolphins at 9-7 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They run once more with Dillon. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Got his man complete over the middle. That's countered. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run a toss here with Dillon. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. They get 9 yards back on the run there. They're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Now Hall to start the drive. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a 1st after a gain of about 9. This defense for the Dolphins, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Emmanuel Agba finding his way to the ball for a big stop there behind the line of scrimmage.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Straight ahead is Hall. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. We're scoreless after 1. 4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Bo Melton hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. Running right through it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. This, the second meeting with these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the Dolphins with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep now here in Miami. And not much room to speak of. They'll get about 3 up to the 41.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Tua with a throw brought in by Hill. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. It's a big play there for Miami. And even 50 yards. I think you can make a fair case for Tyreek Hill being the most explosive player in the NFL when he gets his hands on the football. And that was Exhibit A. Dillon is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Dillon again. But he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Dillon. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. So the record safely in his pocket. Now it's a question of how high can he go. He's just become the first ever, Charles, to score 30 times in a single season.
Well, let's certainly savor this moment. The first time ever, as you just noted, that someone has hit 30. What a ride this has been.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. On 2nd and 10, Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. The incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up. They're trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get the momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. To throw is Wilson. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that is incomplete.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. Pass complete across the formation to Melton. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Wilson. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Hall want to give up the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They'll go again with Hall. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Fourth down. Here's Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown. Garrett Wilson. An 11-yard touchdown. Zerline now for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Jets 14, Dolphins 7.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That didn't appear to be a designed safety blitz. I think he was just going off instinct.
I love the way you described that because I'm thinking along with you. I'm not sure that was designed that way, but he saw an opportunity, gambled a little bit, and made it pay off.
Here we go, set.
Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
17.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the 2nd half. Fielded right around the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's Wilson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time to have a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps hit the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Fielded at about the 28. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
On play action, here's Tua. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 58 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up. Sanders on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. Knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Hall again on second down. And he's got room. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 36-yard line. 107 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw pulled in by Melton. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. ball again. And this time he's going to lose yardage as they push him back to the 4-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now it's Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Bo Melton with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year as they have taken the lead. Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's Dillon. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On 2nd down, Dillon. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 61 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
This is Dillon on the counter. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
He is going to find Hill here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's a third down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A.J. Dillon, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And Parker, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Throwing is Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And for a while when this place opened, all the talk was about punts hitting the Giants scoreboard here in Arlington. I don't think we ever heard about a pass hitting the scoreboard. But that's probably about as close as you're going to get. That one was way up there.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's a give to Hall. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll run with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Jets answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Zerline connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Okay, right?
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Okay,
so
ready?
they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run again with Dillon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. 129 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang. So that effort there gets him into field goal range, but a field goal does him no good here. They need a touchdown to win this ball game.
And that's exactly what the defensive coordinator is thinking right now. Yes, they gave up the big run. Now there's hope for the offense. They still have to score a touchdown to beat them. He's going to dial up something right now to protect his goal line.
And able to work his way down to the 16. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run once more with Dillon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Dillon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second and goal from inside the 5. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A.J. Dillon taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. That's selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Jets.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready in the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together, make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Ready.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Back to Dillon on first down. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
They'll run a toss here with Dillon. And some space here. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. And 220 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. So they still need a touchdown, but that goes a big way in helping. They were almost giving up for dead that run, and we still got a ball game here.
Yeah, hope is still alive, isn't it? No way does anyone run to the exits right now. Let's see how this thing finishes.
So now, following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. They give to Dillon out of the gun. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. And that rushing touchdown is Ford puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
In motion left is Wilson. To throw is Wilson. Looking to throw on second down. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man. Complete. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Let's go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And some room to roam now. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 29-yard line. A huge play there in overtime. 49 yards. So a huge gain on the ground here puts him into a wonderful spot. And remember, of course, a touchdown wins it.
And we're in overtime, right? So you have to think defense has been out there for 4 quarters. Might be a little bit tired. The attrition of the game may have led to that long run.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Dillon on the inside give. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Ready,
First throw of the OT session for Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game and I'll get it done. But this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Set. Check.
Hall again on second down. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now what can Wilson do here in the OT? And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 21. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. This to win it in overtime. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. And this a 39-yard attempt. And Zerline pulled it. Zerline pulled it. It's no good. Wide left. And we will play on here in overtime.
Wow, that qualifies as a bad miss because anything inside of 40 should be automatic. That's a big mistake right there.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Tua. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Tagovailoa. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Pride. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal coming back the other way.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So into overtime and all the way to the end of overtime, they have a chance to win it. Couldn't convert on the field goal, and we end in the very rare tie.
Don't see it very often. We did discuss it as we began overtime that because it's a regular season game, we're going to play that last quarter. And if no one scores or however, if it finishes in a tie, that's it. But boy, how bad do you feel for him? The opportunity to win it with a field goal at the end, and it doesn't go through the pipes.